The methodological approach of the Repair project is based on a framework where interact three different approach. The geodesign, decision support environment, that is also the central approach, and the platform where hard and soft data can work together. Life cycle assessment, that is also the approach used to assess the different impact of the eco-innovative solution and of eco-innovative strategies, and Peri-Urban Living Lab, that are also the approach used to interact with the real-life context, and where knowledge is shared and where co-design process become effective using GDSE platform. So these three different approach can be useful to identify an innovative methodology, useful to manage waste flow, and also to regenerate the context of wastscape.
The co-exploration phase is about defining the study area. And doing so, we do that with defining the key stakeholders, and with them defining and mapping the region and the study area and the focus area, defining and mapping the wastes, and following, it's about selecting the key resource flows, defining and mapping material flows, and about finding the main challenges and objectives of the study area. And this all relates to the GDSE representation and process model. So specifically in Amsterdam, we worked on defining the focus area, key resource flows, together with stakeholders and experts.
The co-design phase is about identifying challenges, is about appreciating opportunities in the context area and trying to find eco-innovative solutions. Once we had the key challenges, we started a brainstorm session in the pool workshops. After that, we developed the ideas from the brainstorm into eco-innovative solutions, meaning that we had a more in-depth discussion within the repair team of Ghent, but also with additional experts. During the co-design phase, we also had input from students from the Technical University of Delft, who, after being given a short explanation about the context, started to work out some additional solutions.
In this phase, we are focusing on the co-production of eco-innovative solutions and strategies based on the previous idea came up during the Peri-Urban Living Lab in the former phases. The aim here is to move further with the concept and operationalize the solution. For the whole process, the GDSE can also help us in selecting the relevant stakeholders and the action areas within the focus areas and where are the hotspots. Because the GDSE contains lots of data, that's why it can help us to understand more the background. During our workshops in Page, a key issue raised that was the leftover food. We outlined some potential solutions, how to use it further. Then during a more detailed phase of co-production with local stakeholders, we looked around how it can be implemented. So firstly, for instance, we looked around the stakeholders who can coordinate the platform. That was a really useful idea from Amsterdam. This relates to the knowledge transfer. In Amsterdam, they also came up with a solution that is about the mobile phone application in order to connect the different actors. Where are the restaurants, where are the needs for food. And we had to modify a little bit because our actors differs from the actors in Amsterdam. But the idea that to use this mobile application was really useful.
When implementing our eco-innovative solutions, we have the eco-innovative solutions on the table, and the participants of the Peri-Urban Living Clubs are sitting together and discussing. They can decide, they can make a decision what strategy can be implemented in their area, taking into account the possibilities of the implemented eco-innovative solutions. What is also important, those eco-innovative solutions can be also combined together in the strategy of development. And what is important, it should be very much connected with the local plans, local strategies, regional strategies, so it will fit the local conditions. Co-decision phase was implemented in Łódź on the level of very wide discussion during the Peri-Urban Living Clubs. It contains the stakeholders from different groups, different institutions, mainly public institutions.
The co-governance phase is the last phase in the Living Lab process. And the question here, from a design perspective, is how the area should be changed. So depending on with whom you have worked and which solutions you have developed, the co-governance phase can look different. For example, in the district of Altona, which is our focus area in Hamburg, the district has developed a climate action plan over the last years, and we were able to bring in some of our solutions into this climate action plan. So there will be a budget, and there will be also a workforce to implement some of the ideas that were developed in repair.